All right, for the next batch of articles, yesterday on stream, when I was playing Meat Boy, Super Meat Boy, somebody brought up, had I heard the rumors about Uncharted? And I said, no, I had not. But I was scrolling the news today and I came across something that corroborates the story from yesterday because I didn't believe it. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to believe it. I'm good off Uncharted. I'm good. Uncharted 5, in my opinion, 4 was too much, man. I missed the day of the trilogies. But apparently there's some rumors going around. Uncharted 5 underwent some planning years ago, a report says. Naughty Dog floated the possibility of making a new Uncharted game in the years since 2016's Uncharted 4, according to reporter Tom Henderson. He said on the Insider Gaming podcast that there was some planning for Uncharted 5 prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. As reported by Push Square, Henderson didn't have any further details about these apparent plans or what the fifth story of the game might be. Uncharted 4 brought a close to the main character Nathan Drake's story, but the game's epilogue showed Cassie, the daughter of Nathan Drake and Alina, with fans theorizing that a future Uncharted game could feature Cassie as the main character. In fact, the epilogue of Uncharted 4 had players playing as Cassie, walking through their home and discovering some of her father's artifacts that he himself found on many of his journeys. Beyond the main Uncharted series, 2017's Uncharted Lost Legacy was popular as well and received a standalone expansion to Uncharted 4 starring Chloe Frazer and Nadine, They're just yapping. So that means that at bare minimum, they have thought about it. It does not mean it's in production, it's in works. It seems like this was dropped if this rumor is true, because take it with a grain of salt. This is not confirmed. And also Tom Henderson has a 50-50 reputation. That being said, if it is true and they put it down, don't be surprised in the future if you hear about an Uncharted 5. Right now, Naughty Dog's primary focus is the Space Heretic or whatever, Intergalactic Space Heretic, whatever that damn space game is, which, by the way, I'm hoping it's not Uncharted in space. I'm hoping it's not The Last of Us in space. I'm hoping they take some risks. Come on, Naughty Dog. I believe in you. You can make something different. But after that, who knows? We could get an Uncharted 5. I know some of you guys are saying you wanted it. Me personally, nah. I'm good off that. But, you know, could be a thing. Could be a thing. So the question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most excited, how excited would you be for an Uncharted 5 starring the daughter of Nathan Drake? Can we have more new IPs, please? Yeah. I feel like the more we lean into like these sequels, the more it creates that vicious cycle of people saying they feel like the PS5 doesn't have any games. Well, it's because you keep buying these goddamn sequels. Buy something different, bruh. Pragmatic comes out this month. Matter of fact, 2 new IPs for the PlayStation niggas who swear that there are no fucking games to play. 2 new IPs are coming out this month. Pragmata and Sorrows. Can y'all please buy one? Please. It's the only way we can get new games. Can you please buy one? They both look fire. I'm gonna try to get time on both. But hey, looks like the rumor is true, so my bad, because I didn't believe this shit, and I also didn't want to believe it. You know them Sony ponies don't buy games, well, unless they're Xbox games, because y'all went crazy for Starfield. Let me ask you this: how you feel about Jack and Dexter IP going to Insomniac since Naughty Dog is creatively bankrupt? Is Insomniac really all that more impressive? We got the jury out is still out on Insomniac for me. Where I place Insomniac in terms of goated studios will depend on how Wolverine turns out. Because if Wolverine is just Spider-Man with claws, which I'm worried about, it might be, then I got to knock them down a peg. They'd be like, they make good games, but I wouldn't put them on the upper echelon. Like, we got to see how that Wolverine turn out before I got to see some versatility. Jack and Dexter never coming back. Yeah, the question is, do we even want Jack and Dexter back? Because in this day and age full of microtransactions and bullshit, who knows how they ruin it. Is Sorrows really a new IP since it's a Returnal successor? Yeah. IP stands for intellectual property. Is there any other game named Sorrows? It's a new IP. A lot of people didn't play Returnal either. It's also different from Returnal. I get what you're saying. Like, there's some elements borrowed from Returnal, but yes, it is a new IP. It is an intellectual property that has never been made before. That's how it works. Do you think they'll complain if Nathan isn't the main character, just like they did with Geralt in the next Witcher? Nah. Because because ball and gun gamers love ball and gun game adjacent games like Uncharted and Spider-Man. They're very loyal to those games. I mean, look what happened when Spider-Man lost to Baldur's Gate 3. They couldn't believe it. They're super loyal to these games because these are the only games they'll play outside of the traditional ball and gun game. So no, I don't think they'll be mad that there's a girl in it. They'll just be happy that they'll be able to get another generic third-person shooter. Elden Ring and Lies of P are two different IPs, even though they're Soul games. Ding, 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 ding. IP stands for intellectual property. That's it. Freaking like Tomb Raider and Indiana Jones are very similar, but they're different IPs. What else I got for you? More Sony news. Sony Interactive announces the player-based program, which allows you to scan players into PlayStation games. Who wants to be in a PlayStation game? Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced the player base, an opportunity for PlayStation fans to have their likeness scanned and appeared in a PlayStation game, starting with Gran Turismo 7 and expanding to additional PlayStation studios in the future. The program will be available in select markets in the Americas, Europe, Asia, South Africa, and Australia. Users will be able to submit applications to participate starting today at 7 a.m. I'm gonna read the rest of this and I'm gonna give my opinion on this shit. Shout out to John, the Space Cowboy, at the super chat. You think Pragmata will run good on the ROG Ally? The demo ran good on PC, and from what Watts told me from talking to Capcom, the reason the demo came out on PC first before console is PC optimization was a big thing for Capcom with Pragmata. So I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna run well on the ROG Ally because that was PC is the primary platform for Pragmata. From those who apply, a limited number of finalists will be selected to be interviewed over a video about their connection to PlayStation. From there, one fan will be selected to be featured in Gran Turismo 7 as part of the player base, where they'll have a special limited time appearance as an in-game character portrait, similar to how characters are presented throughout the game. The selected fan will also help design a custom fantasy logo and a unique vehicle livery, which will be added permanently to the showcase menu, as well as be invited to the visual art studio in LA for a scanning day and to collaborate with a designer. Is this like an idea? Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Sarah, your guide in the... So you'll get to basically play like the tutorial character. Over time, we look forward to expanding the player bases in additional PlayStation studios, participate in having fans feature in ways that fit each game's own style and world, said Sony Interactive Entertainment Vice President of Global Marketing Isabel Thomas in a press release. The player base is our way of saying thank you to the players who make PlayStation what it is today. We can't wait to meet fans who will step into the world of PlayStation in a whole new way. So on the surface, this seems like a cool way to celebrate fans by being able to get your face scanned and put into a game. But them saying that this is them giving back to the fans and interacting with the community, I gotta call cap on this. In my humble opinion, let me tell you what this is. I think this is just a way to exploit free labor from the billionaire corporations. Because you know what I didn't see in this article? Anything about payment. And you sucker ass niggas is gonna read this shit and say, oh, they're gonna face scan my shit in there. Yeah, they're gonna collect your data, your likeness, your voice, and not pay you for it. And the payment's gonna be, oh, you're a fan that gets to be in the fucking game, bruh. No, you should never work for free. I don't care how cool it is, bruh. It ain't worth it. And matter of fact, they're using it on a small scale for this shit, right? On a larger scale, I would not be surprised if they go from doing like a tutorial character to they start doing it to where, like, I don't know, let's say Grand Theft Auto 7. They don't want to design a million different NPCs to put inside the city because that would take more effort to draw up and create these unique faces. So instead, why not just call 200 fans into the Rockstar studio, scan their face all in the game for free, and you get to be, say a couple lines, you get to be an NPC. Yeah, they're going to outsource it to the fans and then not pay you so they can save some money. This sounds like the exploitation of friends, or of fans, I mean. And then also, if you sign up for this, make sure you read that contract, because I would not be surprised if you are signing away your likeness forever. Yeah, I said it. I would not be surprised if you come in, you scan your face, but somewhere in that contract, it says, we reserve the right to use your voice as much as possible using an AI training model. They're going to come in, they're going to have you come in, you're going to say 5 lines, and they're going to turn that 5 lines into 500,000. And you ain't get paid for shit. I personally wouldn't sign up for this. This shit ain't that damn exciting. Even if they did pay, I wouldn't be surprised if they just paid pennies. Exactly. So me personally, I would not advise to get back to the community. Nah, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. If you want to be a voice actor, get into it the traditional way. Join the union and shit, bro. And just go fucking audition. But don't apply for this shit. You gonna be one day, you gonna sign up for this shit, right? And then one day you're gonna be riding the bus and you're gonna look over to your right. You know how on every bus stop they usually have like big ass posters and shit? You're gonna be sitting there waiting for the bus, broke as hell, haven't been able to find a job all year. And you're gonna see a poster with your face on it at the bus stop. You're gonna see a picture, you're gonna see your face in a video game as the bus rides by. Cause you know how buses be having like posters on the side of the bus? It's gonna be your face. You broke as a joke. You finally got a job interview waiting for the bus. You said, wait a goddamn minute. They using my face on billboards and shit? Yes, because you shined your life away to be a fan for PlayStation. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. TBH is not that deep. It is that deep. It is. These motherfuckers will do it. They will do it. Anything that a billionaire company or the government you could think of can and will happen to you. So I say if you want to do stuff like this, take the traditional route. Just audition. Get paid. Make sure that you're not getting abused. I'm gonna need my money, Sody. I'm gonna need my fucking money. Other news. Star Wars Eclipse development is very slow going. I believe this is the choose your own adventure thing. Fam, FedEx is still using my pictures on their ads and I haven't worked there in over 6 years. He's telling you right there, and you probably didn't know that you probably signed away your likeness. You should be getting royalty checks for the last 6 years. You probably didn't know any better. Don't fall for that PlayStation bullshit. What's really going on with Star Wars Eclipse? First announced at the Game Awards in 2021, information regarding the action-adventure game from developer Quantic Dream has been few and far between. I think this was the Choose Your Own Adventure. Hold up. What do they make? Yeah, because they make Detroit Become Human. All right, so I'm right. For those who forgot, Star Wars Eclipse was supposed to be a game like Detroit Become Human or a Telltale game that takes place in the Star Wars universe where you get to choose your own and it changes the story and shit like that. This last update anyone has heard in official capacity was that the work was continuing on the game alongside other projects. All that was said was that they were eager to share more with you in the future. Well, months of multiple discussions later, there's been a bit of an update on where things stand with the game and its developers. At first mentioned during the latest episode of Insider Gaming Weekly, development on Star Wars Eclipse has been very slow going. One source even mentioned that the fact that the team has been making very little progress over the months. For what it's worth, a good portion of the game has been completed, but for what they still need to wrap up, sources say it hasn't been going all that well. Sounds like to me, maybe they're like 40, 50% way through the game, and then like halfway through, they just kind of stopped and slowed production for whatever reason. Yeah, my college uses my images on posters and stuff. I signed this paper, but I didn't realize what I was doing. I'm glad that some people are testifying in the chat to what I'm talking about. Cause like, yeah, what I'm talking about with that PlayStation stuff, that's like a new concept. They've been doing stuff like that. When you see you had a couple people in here testify like that's happened to them. That's why always read your paperwork, bro. Even if you're not familiar with like the paperwork, if you can't afford a lawyer right then and there, you can put it into AI and ask it to read it for you. In my opinion, you should still go get a lawyer's opinion. But if you're really balling on a budget, you can throw it into AI and ask for some red lines just to get a general idea and say, hey, is there anything in here that looks like it could probably fuck me over? You'd be surprised. You might find some help there. I wonder why they're not making great progress. That is a good question. The game at this stage is still looking to be years off from completion, one source said back in December. When followed up on what can be done to push up the timeline and get a game out, the same source said that they had talks of expanding the development. But NetEase didn't want to invest at that moment. While they decided what they wanted to do long-term, Both NetEase and Quantum Dream, the source says, are really relying on Spellcaster Chronicles, which entered early access in February to bring in revenue. What the fuck is this? Mixed reviews. Mostly positive recently, though. I've never heard of this game. This is a MOBA? This land is now mine. Has anybody heard of this game? You know, I was about to check the Steam DB. Maybe I'm just ignorant. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe that's the reason why I haven't heard of this game. That's rough. And the crazy part is 2 months ago, it peaked at 800 players. They said right now to subsidize, they're relying on this game to make them money till they figure out what they're doing with this Star Wars game. Not gonna lie, man, that game plan is a little bit when followed up on what can be done to push up the timeline and get a game out, the same source said they had talks of expanding the development staff, but NetEase didn't want to invest at that moment while they decided what they wanted to do long term. Both NetEase and Quantum Dream, the sources say, are relying on Spellcaster Chronicles, which entered early access in February to bring in revenue. At this stage, the long-term outlook is less driven by creative capabilities and more by financial viability, they said. Should Spellcasters fail commercially, what would you call that? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but NetEase is expected to reevaluate its commitment to the studio. So first of all, let's get something straight. Spellcaster Chronicles is not subsidizing Star Wars Eclipse. Marvel Rivals is, because Marvel Rivals is also under NetEase. They are paying for your servers, guys. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together, please. I feel like this game would sell like hotcakes. I would be all over this. I'm curious to what made them shift focus to creating a Magic MOBA game. Like, what the fuck kind of cast, fly, fight, cooperate in an intense 3v3 action MOBA game? Yeah. What made them stop working on Star Wars to do this? Unless NetEase wanted another live service game and that's what fucked them over. And then they kind of didn't know where to go after that. Almost a decade of development and the games are train wrecks. This just sounds like bad execution and bad game plans, bro. Mobile gaming is $1 billion industry, but yeah, this ain't a mobile game. This is on PC. Ross Highguard. You just call this shit TJ Maxx Highguard? That's crazy. Even Highguard had better numbers than that. That's unfortunate. We're relying on an early access mobile to generate money for their Star Wars games. The jokes write themselves. Right. Star Wars prints money without even trying. It's one of the world's biggest IPs. Like, it should be the other way around. Star Wars should be the one funding spellcasters. Why are you hitting me, dude? You feeling needy today? You need a hug? Jesus Christ, man. You all on my body. Oh. You okay? Give me a kiss? Thank you. You bored? You looking your lips for the ladies? I'm clouding you up, bro. I'm clouding you up. You had a good day. Act like it, okay? Get off my frame. Bye. Okay. And then you sneezed on me, bruh. That's nasty. Are you hungry? He's not hungry. You're just being annoying today, dude. It's a few studios that have been put on. Y'all saw that shit? Jesus Christ, man. You gotta go. You lucky I like you. You gotta go though, dude. Oh my God. Oh, we got some new news on fucking, what was it? NBA The Run, the spiritual successor to yeah, he wants to play. We've been playing all day. The spiritual successor to NBA Street. The tenements in the Philippines will be in the game. This court was also in NBA Live, I believe. So they announced this court will be in the game. I don't know where this is coming from, but apparently this is one of the street ballers that's going to appear in the game. Looks like we're going to meet Maya Molina, aka Highwire, and her stomping grounds in Tenement. Ah, okay, so she's supposed to appear. So they're going to have original characters that you have boss fights against, I guess, kind of like an NBA Street. Highwire, the fearless artist and activist from, I don't know how to pronounce that, the Tenements, defied the odds after a life-changing encounter with a basketball legend. Known for her legendary 1,000 squat workouts, oh, she got a fatty. In gravity-defying leap, she became the standout player in her community. After playing college ball in California, she returned, of course, she's a Filipina from the fucking Bay. She returned home to inspire the next generation, coaching basketball and teaching in the hood and shit. Man, show the fucking game, bruh. God damn. All this fucking teasing and shit. Show the goddamn game. They showing all these screenshots and shit like that. We need that gameplay. Yeah, we need a dev diary. This game is supposed to come out this year. I'm looking forward to it. I need a dev diary. This is the closest we've gotten to some level of gameplay, but like I want to see it like fully.
Oh, shock drop! This is the mixtape you've been waiting for. Joel Embiid doing everything for the floor. The MVP says shh. Jokic from the corner, from the tee high, slap box and the jumper. Get it out of here off the tablero. Yes, from 75 feet, he is wet. But we also got another MVP.
I hope this game has multiple camera options too.
Flash! James Harden from Los Angeles.
Did they show game breakers? They did in some of the footage what looked like a game breaker.
You ready for this? Nah, you can't be. NBA to run. Wish list now.
What's wrong with the dude's voice? Y'all niggas didn't play NBA Street. Oh my lord. That's a legend right there. Y'all niggas didn't play NBA Street. Okay. I thought we all loved that game. Jokic in the street game is weird to me. I know, right? Because his play style is so high IQ, it's not really like a street style. So like, I wonder what they're going to make him. Well, they'll probably give him high passing. I wonder if that'll allow him to do like trick passes and shit like that. Would this generation appreciate this type of game? The younger generation, I don't know, but the older, maybe like older Gen Z and then millennials definitely will, because this is considered a classic by a lot of people. If this game is good, it's going to sell well. Trust me. The NBA community is begging for a new NBA game. That's why I say, can we get some fucking gameplay, bro? Our 2K niggas actually hyped for this. I don't think anybody's hyped because they haven't shown the gameplay yet, but they need to show it soon because we're halfway through the fucking year and it's supposed to come out this year. Come on. Half the chat was born when the street games are coming out. Tight. The One Piece anime remake shows off its bold new art style. For those unaware, One Piece is getting rebooted, basically getting One Piece Kai type shit, where I guess they're cutting out all the filler. And I said, this is when I'm going to start watching the show. It's hard to be a One Piece fan if you have FOMO, the franchise, and the gift keeps on giving, and there's no shortage of ways to experience it. If Netflix's live-action One Piece show is not enough, you've already read the 1,000-plus chapters of the manga, there's a good chance you've been waiting anxiously for the remake announced in December of 2023. After more than 2 years, Witch Studios' The One Piece has finally released a sneak peek of the modern retelling of the Straw Hats' adventures. Jointly produced by Shushida, Toei Animation, all that other shit. The One Piece will be an adaptation of the East Blue Saga from the One Piece manga, created with cutting-edge technology and with an eye for modern viewers' expectations. Is the East Blue Saga, is this the first one? Is this the first like major arc? It is? Okay, so they're starting from the beginning. All right, well, we got the trailer. The animation looks like true to the original, but it does look better. They got Usopp looking like Sammy Sosa. The definitive edition. This is when I said, when this comes out, I will watch One Piece. I'm not watching 1,000 episodes. Sorry. If I missed some of the context, oh well. This will be a great jumping in point, bro. So hopefully in the next year or two, this shit comes out and I'll keep up with it, bro. Netflix loves some fucking they love some One Piece because I think it got greenlit for season 3, the live action. So people fucking with it. And then also there's another One Piece thing that got announced too. Lego One Piece premieres on Netflix in September 20. Yo, does One Piece have something on Netflix or something, like some type of blackmail? They got the live action, they got the anime on there, they got the remake of the anime, and now they got a Lego version of this bitch. They got 4 different pieces of One Piece on Netflix, bro. They must got some blackmail on it. Yeah, September 29th. I will not be watching this shit, bro. But I mean, somebody will be watching it, I guess. Netflix is really trying to get them subs up. I don't know why this was greenlit, but hey, to each his own. He said Israel got blackmail on Netflix. Chill. Oh shit. So yeah, you got Lego One Piece coming. You got the One Piece remake. And then last but not least, this was an indie game that appeared on my timeline. I know a lot of y'all love Max Payne. Apparently this game is inspired by it. These 2 devs are making a game inspired by Max Payne, but set in an alternate history of Egypt during the English occupation. You play as Rast, the city's RoboCop protector. There's bullet time, shooting, dodging, and sliding. Nostalgia overload. Indie game alert. I thought it looked cool, so I saved it. Rockstar don't want to make it? Fuck it. This'll do. Remedy is making, but it's not coming out for a while. I think the storyline with the English occupation of Egypt is interesting too. I would have to see more like some cutscenes or some shit like that. You said the gunplay better than GTA 6 already? Yeah, so there you go. Name of the game is, what was it called? Oh, it's called Rast. Damn, they don't even got a fucking Steam page, nigga. What the hell? Yes, I would play the heck out of this. There's currently no Steam page, but the devs are, I've confirmed it's coming soon. Oh, Steam page coming soon then. So this is super indie, bruh. You done playing with your meat? Nah, I'm about to play with it in a minute. As soon as I get out this the sub box. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, that looks dope. All right, let's see, sub box. Let's see, Hokage, go Black Hokage. Stop hitting me, dude. Sliding in baby oil. What are y'all talking about? Go hit the like button in GP New GI podcast. MMO 98 official release date. Random question, but y'all got any stocks y'all looking at? Nah, I haven't been investing at all. This guy right here, it's just not worth it to me right now, man. I'm tired of the dip. Pratfall official release date. And ready for that Invincible beta? Absolutely. We will be on that day one. That's probably what we're gonna be talking about on the podcast. I gotta tell them, make sure you get some time on that damn beta. Serious question: are y'all still paying for the GI website? Yeah, I paid for I still own the name, but the person that built it, I'm trying to redo it because I want to update it with some stuff. Like we can't get featured on Metacritic until we have like our own website. So I'm trying to get it updated so that we can post our reviews there, as well as like the podcast and like the streams. But I don't know what's going on with Ethos Web Designer, dude. Daredevil Born Again Season 2. You got the beta code? I thought it was open. Am I bugging? Ain't that shit open? Mental beta. It's open. Yeah, I could have sworn, bro. You almost scared me for a second. It is. Yeah, boy. I was like, wait, you need a code, nigga? Oh shit. Oh, new 007. Gotcha. Is it through WordPress or Wix? I low-key be playing around with that stuff. I don't know what it is. I think it's original coding. The original GI website was on WordPress, but I didn't like it. That shit was ass. Like it kept crashing and shit. Whenever there was too many people on the server, it would always crash. I didn't like WordPress. That was one of those things like you get what you pay for. People of Note official launch trailer. Industria 2. All right, let's look at this 007. Let's see what this 007 hitting for. 007 official story dev diary.
Welcome back to Beyond the Light episode 3. And today we had the chance to talk to lead writer on 007 First Light, Michael Vogt. He'll share a few insights on how we craft the story for the game.
My name is Michael Ford. I am the main writer on 007 First Light, and I have been with IO for 14 years.
You know, I seen a tweet this morning, somebody replying to some 007 First Light gameplay. He quote tweeted and said, "Man, I was really hyped for this game until I saw it didn't play like Hitman." And like in my head, I'm like, what? Like, I get it's the Hitman devs making this game, but if it played exactly like Hitman, you'd bitch it's like Hitman. It's good that it doesn't. What are you talking about?
The origin aspect was always essential to the project vision. Since we meet Bond as a young man, the tone and the story world also needed to reflect his sort of youthful perspective. It's not a dark and gritty or cynical world. It's dangerous, to be sure, but it's fun and inviting and adventurous and ultimately hopeful. He's not jaded yet. So Bond is experiencing this like hidden, exciting world of espionage for the very first time. Of course, we want to convey a sense of bright-eyed wonder here. There's this trope of the hero who walks away from explosions, right, because he's so cool. But the reason heroes walk away from explosions is because they've seen so many of them. But this is Bond's first outing, and he's 26 years old, so I think he's going to want to turn and watch that explosion. Many of the aspects that you associate with James Bond is already there as innate qualities. He's incredibly charming and charismatic, and he's audacious. He's very cool under pressure, and of course he's insanely capable and resourceful. And there's a ruthlessness to him when the situation requires it. Emotional distance, or at least a reluctance to deal with emotions. He's not the suave connoisseur either, who knows everything about champagne and wine and fancy cars. I think that will come with age and experience. But because he's a young guy, there are also some traits that we haven't really seen before. There's an innocence to him here. He's quite trusting and earnest and idealistic even. And you know, traits that you sort of sense will probably not survive this job for long.
Anthem dropped a new trailer?
Belonging is definitely a theme.
Nigga, what?
In this story, he's a young man who hasn't found his place in the world or his purpose yet. What does it mean to be a 00 in this age, and does the world even still need them? Will heart and intuition even matter, or can technology just do everything better? So in that sense, the story reflects the times that we live in, which is also something that Bond stories have always done.
The times that we live in.
Take
it's fake.
Some of the gameplay choices that we make. For instance, we have a bluff mechanic, something Bond can do to get out of a tight spot, because we felt that
it's crazy, because to me this does look like Hitman. It just doesn't look like like you can see the Hitman inspiration, but it's still its own thing, because I feel like it looks like a mix between Hitman and Uncharted to me. It's just more action driven.
Exactly the sort of thing a young James Bond would do. Agent 47 in Hitman, he plans meticulously, but Bond is not somebody who plans meticulously. He's very impulsive. You know, he just goes in and he wings it.
Crafting the story.
When we start out in a pre-production, we make a story outline that looks pretty much like a feature film, only it's a little bit more elastic. Technically, you can say you structure it like a film. You make sure that the first half of the second...
The destruction looks fire in this game.
So you can make for a much longer running campaign, while still preserving the tension curve towards the end of the story, towards the climax. The way I see it, as a game writer, you really have two toolboxes. Toolbox number one is the classic screenwriting craft, the time-honored method of structuring plots and creating character arcs and themes that resonate, and kind of tying it all together into a meaningful experience. And then once you've done that, that's usually...
Why you dress so fancy? He can't look good on camera. What's wrong with that?
Writing craft. That's why you take that.
If he showed up in jeans and a blazer, then you would have made fun of him.
Outline, and then translate it somehow into an interactive experience. And
God forbid a man has some decent hygiene.
Closely with level designers in just designing the moment-to-moment story gameplay flow. Creating the story gameplay flow is a much more demanding task than simply writing a classic story outline, and it takes like 50 times.
This is looking like it's gonna be like the premier ball and gun gamer adjacent game, you know?
So in a way, you can say a linear story-driven action adventure like First Light is actually closer to home than, say, a big, sprawling, non-linear, gameplay-driven beast like Hitman. So I don't think we actually, as a team, had to adapt that much. It's kind of within the the comfort zone of what we're trained to do. The bigger challenge was to figure out how to make a forward momentum game while still preserving the things that make an IOI game an IOI game.
The story
the story is about how Bond becomes a 00. So we are going to put him on a trajectory, but we're not going to resolve the character in this game. I think To me, Bond.
Oh, it is TBH. One of my homies. This is gonna be his first single player game. How long he been playing games? Hey, we got him. We got him out of his comfort zone, I guess.
Changes fundamentally. Rather, he has some innate qualities that makes him an agent of change. You know, he changes the world, right? He does that all the time. He has to have some, some inherent Bond qualities that are just there.
He not gonna know to shoot the red barrels.
Journey with him, and we see him mature in many kinds of ways. But the story is as much about how he changes MI6 and how he changes the characters around him. Bond has heart, and he's very tenacious, and he's willing to take risk, and that actually changes the way MI6 operates in an era that is otherwise kind of.
So you can be reckless,
data-driven. Our Bond definitely leans more on other people than we're used to seeing. One, because he's not a seasoned agent yet and he's still learning the ropes. And also,
early Batman.
Games are fundamentally different from film in that players spend a long time alone on the sticks. So you do need that supporting cast to communicate story, really. So Bond has a number of strong relationships throughout the campaign, some known and some new, and they each kind of affect him in different ways and play a role in how
I'm going guns, blades, kill first, question later.
Especially in IOI.
I always play stealthy until I get caught, then I air that bitch out.
And we want to give it to them, obviously.
I try to be humble.
Players to feel like Bond at all time. In Hitman, you are kind of able to.
Yeah, he's a true ball and gun gamer. Only plays live service games.
But you can't really do that with.
Yeah, that's why I call games like this ball and gun adjacent, because like although it's a single player game, something like this is way more digestible for somebody whose palate's kind of light in comparison to like if you play Baldur's Gate 3, you're jumping into the deep end, you know. If you play Mass Effect, you're jumping into the deep end. Like this is the kiddie pool when it comes to single player games, you know. Maybe they don't want to jump into the deep end. They ain't ready for that, you know. As long as they swimming, I guess. It's better than showing up to the pool party and not getting wet at all, you know?
Long is too established. So the way we approach choice is not about branching, it's about improvisation. So your Bond can be more of a brawler, or he can be clever and talk his way out of situations.
You said bacon cheeseburger.
Gadgets, and those are all valid choices. So we use choice as a way for players to feel clever and to think on their feet like a proper 00 agent.
Who knows, it might inspire him to try different stuff.
Afternoon, sir. Staff and press only.
Oh, damn. Forgot my press badge.
You're not the first.
You'll see sometimes in the game we're able to enter a dialogue tree with different characters. And the way we use it is...
It makes me wonder, people who don't play single player games, it makes me wonder if the reason is they just don't know there's so many good stories out. Because in my head, I don't care who you are, if you're a ball and gun gamer or not, like I feel like everybody enjoys a good story. Because they might be a ball and gun gamer, but then they might fuck around and be a movie buff, right? And it's like if you're a movie buff or if you like a good book, how are you not playing these fucking games, bro?
It's, again, not about branching, but it's about there's usually one option that's mandatory, and then the others are for world building. So it's about how interested are you in this world, in this situation, and these characters. Part of the...
It's like, but now you get to control the movie that you love.
Especially in a social arena. There are a lot of similarities we did in Hitman, where you have to listen in on conversations, to obtain hints, and unlock opportunities to solve a certain objective along the way. A good villain is someone who's thematically opposed to the main character, and it can be multiple people, obviously.
Gold mask villain.
Have 3 or 4 major or minor villains that challenge different aspects of the hero's character. Sometimes a great villain is also someone who's a dark mirror, you know, a mirror image of the hero. But I think that the thematic aspect is
Reverse Flash head ass,
really, whose values and ideas are just diametrically opposed. A character like Bovma has a lot of contrast. You know, on the one hand, he seems very volatile and ruthless, savage even, but he's also kind of a philosopher.
I still ain't finished Black Myth Wukong. That's because it blows up PS5s. Yeah, this is 007.
Is that
this is First Light.
He's really trying to build something from nothing. You have to respect that, even in a harsh environment. He's someone who thinks that the sky's the limit. We have some really great actors and a fantastic ensemble cast that hopefully players will really fall in love with. And of course, the story is clever and intriguing, and I'm very
proud. Why is Lenny Kravitz in it? They need a cool black guy.
More like TV series than
every game needs a cool black guy.
In the sense that it really is characters who drive engagement ultimately.
Yeah, this shit is super cinematic.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Looks good. I feel like everything I see in this game, it looks like a day one cop to me. My biggest issue still is the optimization. I wish they would talk more about that. That's what I'm worried about from the gameplay. I would hate for like your homie, this is his first single player game, and like the story and the lighting and the visuals are fire, but the game runs like dog shit. Because then that person's gonna turn around and say, see, that's why I don't play. That's why I play 2K. And like, bro, 2K ain't optimizing. Yeah, but at least I get to play with my homies. At least we get to suffer together. I gotta suffer alone. Oh shit! I ain't calling you, dude. Repterra. What the hell is this shit? Oh hell no, we're out. Tez. All right, bro. What's up with y'all naming these games shit I can't pronounce? Yeah, every game developer need to hold a meeting and say, can TBH pronounce this shit? If he can't, we need to name it something else. Tez of Arena, some shit, Age of the Tales. Oh my God, bruh. We got Walmart Souls.
The world you loved lies gutted like a fish. Evil
He
woman.
said I saw 1 millisecond. I don't fuck with the mobile tower defense Clash. I don't want to play Clash of Clans with Reptar, nigga. What the fuck?
Pathetic. Unleash.
This is looking a little full sale. We're out of there. Gothic 1 remake. When did this come out? The remake. I heard this is a good game, at least the OG one. I've never heard of this game. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look really like my cup of tea. Yeah, we want that Mortal Shell 2. Looks okay. People of Note official launch trailer. I've never heard of this one either.
Listen, we came here because the Homestead is trying to collect the 4 keys of Note.
And maybe find someone to join my band. What? Man, when did the
Annapurna, okay, the cat game.
Always was. Guess that's why we band together.
Harmonies can't be sung by one.
I belong to a group of people trying to keep the keys safe. We don't know precisely what they can do, but we can't let the wrong people get their hands on them.
This is the start of something new.
What am I looking at?
Something larger than you. The whole world's waiting to hear.
Smolder, this is it. Everything.
I know I'm not looking at Expedition Guitar Hero. Expedition 33 Guitar Hero Edition. What the hell?
We can't lose here.
I'm under the lights, but I'm not on.
Yeah, K-pop 33.
Music's gone to hell, children. Time for you.
Who knows? It could be fun.
No one can do it alone.
High School Musical 33. The gameplay might be fun. I feel like the voice acting is just a little too cheesy. Maybe that was on purpose, but I feel like that could be better. It could have potential though. It's Annapurna. They made the cat game, and I like the cat game. I thought it was actually good. So it might. I would. Let's see what the reviews is hitting for this one. This one low key might be a dark horse. Who knows? Shout out to K-pop 33. MMO 98. What is it? Oh. All right, bro. File done, the video game. You got mail, the video game. Chat, this is what we're not gonna do. Pratfall. Friend slop. Oh my God. I feel like this is a genre of games that doesn't get hated enough, bruh. Friend slop. Y'all love to talk about live service games and shit, but let's talk about friend slop. People who play friend slop games will play anything simply because you can play with friends. It can literally be a game about putting breadcrumbs in your asshole and letting the pigeon eat the breadcrumbs out your asshole. Whoever wins, whoever gets the most breadcrumbs eating out their ass from a fucking pigeon wins. And niggas just be giggling. Oh, this is so fucking funny, bent over. You're like, bro, what is this? We got a propeller hat.
Let's go. Ready.
Agree, it's a lazy category. Yeah, it's not the I love co-op. It's just like these games are always just lazy to me. I don't get it. All right, we're out of there, man. We're out of there. Anthem 2 reveal trailer. So who put this in the chat? What the fuck is this?
Peggy 67.
Freelancer.
I'm already ready to turn this off.
Something's making the scars more
This
wild.
trailer's in 480p.
I think it's the Dominion. We think they're back.
The one that set off the...
Is this Destiny footage?
I don't really know the whole story.
I do. Yet more trials lie before you, Lancer. Go forth. May the path...
Check the date. The date when it was released? 2 days ago. It wasn't April 1st. But this is definitely fake. It's supposed to be funny, I guess.
Full of surprises.
Have you ever fought anything out there?
Isn't that jetpack game that came out on GameCube and PS2?
If it isn't my favorite freelancer, I hear he's been busy.
Almost every cipher has been near that storm has gone mad.
Just tell us about the crystals.
You're in a cataclysm. Terrible storm.
Yeah, I feel like he's trying to be Kroby Cat. You remember Kroby Cat? Like he's trying to make like a funny trolling gaming video, but it's not funny. I don't really get the joke. Like, can somebody explain to me what's the humor in this? Let's just mash up a bunch of shit.
Rage. Just one moment in the storm, I heard the anthem.
Yeah, this is that humor for them white boys in middle school that be running around fucking nut tapping each other and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Those type of white boys. This is the type of shit they like. They like to play Valorant, shout the N-word, nut tap each other, tell their mom to shut the fuck up. This is their type of humor. This is not for me, man. I'm good off that. We're gonna go ahead and hit that. Matter of fact, just for this video, I gotta hit this shit, bro.
Nigga, you ain't funny. Only lame niggas say that shit.
What you got? The Super Mario Galaxy movie passed 400 million worldwide. Oh yeah, that's not a surprise, man. Mario's, come on, it's Mario. It's one of the biggest IPs in the world. It's the reason why Nintendo protects their IPs. Sonic movies are better, but regardless of the quality of Mario movies, they're gonna sell better because it's more popular. But popular doesn't make it better though.